Hey guys, welcome back. So today I am going to be doing my April reading wrap up. I did not have as good of a month in April as I have in previous months, but I was kind of expecting that because we were on vacation for like a week and a half at the end of April, so I knew that I wouldn't be doing much reading. So I kind of expected, like I said, to have less books read. But I still overall did pretty well. I ended up reading 7 books, and I am currently 4 books ahead in my Goodreads challenge, my Goodreads goals for the year. I'm 4 books ahead of schedule, so I will take it. I'm hoping that this month will be a better reading month. I'm going to be having my May TBR come up on, this video is going to go up on Tuesday of this week. I don't think I said so. I don't know if I said it, but today is May 1st. Happy May. So I'm hoping that I'll get some more reading in this month. My husband has some doctor's appointments and stuff coming up. He has a procedure this week, which I talked about in my, or have been talking about in my weekly vlogs. So if you see those, you'll know about those. If you haven't, please check them out. But yeah, I'm going to be spending some time in the hospital, waiting for him, waiting room, stuff like that. So I'll probably be able to get some more reading done this month, hopefully. But yeah, so on to April's books. April was kind of a lackluster month for reading. I read a couple of books that I really loved in March, but April kind of fell flat for me. Like I said, there weren't any standout books this past month, but that is okay. So let's get into these. So I only have 1 physical copy. Everything else I will have the picture up in the corner over here. So the first book is Pen Pal by ന ɪᴛᴏᴅ. I don't know if that's how you say the last name, but like I said, I will put the cover up here. I expected this to be like your typical Kindle Unlimited smutty romance, but it wasn't. This was a wild ride. It was total roller coaster. It had me guessing the whole way through. There was a little bit of a thriller mystery vibe to it. It was kind of a murder mystery. So this is about, and I forgot all these characters' names, but a woman whose husband was killed in an accident. At first you don't find out what accident. So at first you don't know exactly what accident it was or exactly what happened to him. But she is still very new in her grief, still processing everything. And she ends up meeting a man who is going to be like a handyman working on her house. And they very quickly develop a sexual relationship, which kind of develops into more of a dating relationship, very insta-lovey. And again, this kind of led me to believe that it was just going to be kind of your typical romance with a little bit of a mystery thrown in there. But the ending of this book, ended up giving this 4 stars simply for the ending of the book. There was a twist at the end that I did not see coming. Who knows, maybe it was obvious, but it definitely wasn't for me. I did not see it coming at all. Like I said, this was definitely a roller coaster. It was a wild ride. Had it not been for the ending, I probably would have just given it 3 stars. But like I said, that ending definitely bumped it up into 4 stars. I don't want to give too much away. Obviously, I don't want to spoil anything. But yeah, that one, like I said, ended up totally throwing me for a loop. So the next book I read is Killjoy by Holly Jackson. This is a novella set within the same world as the Good Girls Guide to Murder books. I believe there are 3 in that series, and I did read that whole series. I actually really liked this novella. It was a pretty quick read. I gave it 3 stars. It wasn't anything outstanding. I think if you want a mystery, clue vibes with riddles and that kind of stuff, I think the Inheritance Games series by Jennifer Lynn Barnes is better. I know they're not exactly the same, but if you want that same kind of vibe, where you're kind of trying to figure it out along with the characters, I think that is a better series. But I did enjoy this one. This one had more of a clue vibe because it is set during a murder mystery party. This Killjoy talks about how Pip kind of got her started on her love of crime solving and true crime, and how she got the idea to do her paper on Andy Bell and Sal Singh, and just how everything kind of led into what happens in the other books. So like I said, it was good. It was kind of the best part of it for me was the clue vibes, kind of Knives Out, that type of vibe. But other than that, it was just kind of your basic quick novella. So yeah, I give it 3 stars. The next book is called The Occult Society. There's much to say about this. It was a quick, smutty Kindle read. Mostly I use these, honestly, to just kind of bump up my reading for the year. If I know I'm falling behind, I will read some of these. This one was recommended by somebody that I follow on Instagram, and so I thought I'd pull it up. It actually ended up being pretty good for what it is. I have read this author, which I don't remember if I said the author is Zara Jordan. I have read some other books by this author, and she does her genre well. There's just nothing like inherently amazing about the books either. So this was 3 stars as well. Then the next book I have is Off to the Races by Elsie Silver. I want to say this is a pretty well liked series. I believe it's mainly like a Kindle Unlimited series. Honestly, I don't think I'm going to be moving forward with the series. I did finish this book, but I didn't love it. I liked that it was set in like a ranch with horses and set in Canada, and those kind of things set it apart. But at the same time, it was very like insta-lovey and just kind of, I don't know, there wasn't anything that really set it apart from anything else that I've read. It was good, but not great. Again, pretty good for what it is, but nothing that would like really set it apart from other books or other like contemporary romances. Probably the best book that I read in April, aside from a reread, which I'll talk about in a minute, was Sign Here by Claudia Lux. This book was really like unique. I had never read a book like this. So this is set from like 2 perspectives, I guess technically kind of 2 timelines. One is from the perspective of a man who is currently in hell. I don't know if he's like technically a demon, but basically he's like a crossroads demon. He meets with humans and gets them to sign deals, sign with their souls basically. And that's the first like POV. And then the second POV is from a family, on Earth, who are dealing with a bunch of drama in their life. And this book is basically how those 2 like POVs intersect. And how they end up coming together. I don't want to give anything away, but this was, like I said, definitely unique. I can't off the top of my head think of a book that I have read that takes place in hell, and kind of like describes hell, and its own like setting and environment within the story. So that made it pretty interesting. But it was funny, but there wasn't anything that like set it above. It wasn't a 5-star worthy book. So I ended up giving it 4 stars simply for the uniqueness. Otherwise it could have been a 3-star. Then the next book is going to be Babel by R.F. Kuang. I know so many people really love this book, and I didn't think that it was bad. I just don't think it's maybe my type of book. It is very hard for me to get into books that are very long, that are very descriptive. Those type of books that go into a lot of detail, especially things about things like education and that are very like scientific. I have a hard time getting into them. I have a hard time processing them, especially when I'm reading physically. The cover of this book is gorgeous, and I really wanted to love it, but it just seemed to drag on for me. There was nothing really that like hooked me. I kind of had to force my way through it. I do want to eventually try and listen to the audiobook. Usually when I have those kind of books that I'm having a hard time with, if I switch over to audio book and listen to it, that usually works a lot better for me for those kind of books. So I think I'm going to try it again and see how I feel about it that way. But I ended up giving that 3 stars. I am really excited for Yellow Face by R.F. Kuang, I think it is. I think that's her, I know it's her newest book. I forget when it comes out, but I'm really excited for that one. And I do have the Poppy War by her, which I know a lot of people love as well, so I do want to read that. But yeah, this one I think I would have been better served had I listened to the audiobook, knowing kind of the way my brain processes things and the way I am with larger books. Then the only book that, or actually that's not true. So Sign Here was the one book that I give the highest rating, other than this one, which is Crowded Midnight, but I'm not really counting that one because it was a reread. I have read the first 4 books, I believe, in the Throne of Glass series. I'm currently working my way through the rest of the series. So I reread Crowded Midnight. I think that of the books that I've read so far in the series, this one's probably my favorite. I like seeing the way that Celaena's relationships like evolve and change. There's a little bit of like a mystery to this one, a little bit of like a riddle type of aspect that she's, you know, as Celaena's trying to figure out this riddle that Elena has left her. And you get to see her relationships develop with Dorian, and then with Cole, which I think is how you say his name, and then all of these secrets and things that are revealed at the end of the book. I'm not sure what's going to happen in the rest of the series, so it's probably very likely that this will not continue to be my favorite book in the series. I'm sure that will probably likely change once I get further in, but as of right now, yeah, this is probably my favorite one in the series. And yeah, so that is it. Those are all of the 7 books that I read this month. This is going to be short and sweet. Like I said, I will have my May TBR coming out here at the end of the week. And if you haven't already, please like this video, comment down below, let me know what you read this month or in April last month, how many books you read, have you read any of these, what did you think of them, let me know down below, and I will see you in the next one.